Hello guys, and welcome back to another weather update for today. And we have lots to talk about. It's not necessarily a good thing. Um, it's it's something very concerning in my opinion to see. We're seeing wind gusts absolutely howling on Monday. We could see gusts anywhere from 50 to 60 miles an hour. It's gonna be very windy over this weekend into Monday, and we could see some widespread wind damage again. And this time it could be even more widespread than last time. So we'll get all of that in today's video, and we're gonna discuss all about it. So, to start things off, SBC, slight risk, dead center over the south central US. For a couple tornadoes. Tornadoes of 5%, and then 2% it's more like southern areas, but the main bullseye is Jackson, Alexandria, Mobile, like those type of cities. Dothan, yeah. And we got a 15% chance of some damaging wind for the same areas, Jackson, Alexandria, Mobile, and we got even a 5% stretching all the way back into eastern Texas, such as Dallas, Waco, and yeah. We got hail. It's not a significant 15% now. It was a significant hail threat before, but it did ease down. There was capping in the environment today, so it didn't promote much severe thunderstorm development. Therefore, the severe weather threat is weakening now, so now it's just a 15% of some hail larger than 1 inch, or near 1 inch possible. And that includes Alexandria and Jackson. Outside are the 5% areas where it stretches all the way back to Dallas and Wichita Falls. And yeah, we do have the environment of a tornado threat or large hail or strong to severe gusts, and parts of the severe storms are still possible in the same areas and westward into parts of North and East Texas. They trimmed parts of the marginal and slight risk across Texas based on the location of the front and trends, and the ingredients were X'd out. And that's basically it. But we get to day 2. We got strong to severe thunderstorms down in the southeast, like very strong. We could see a couple thunderstorms. We could see a couple strong thunderstorms, in fact, in New Jersey tomorrow. We are in the general thunderstorm risk. We'll have to see if that marginal risk gets expanded northward. We'll see if that slight risk gets expanded northward up into North Carolina, and that marginal risk might touch just a tip of New Jersey. We'll have to see. But tornado threat, 5% for Georgia, South Carolina, the coastal areas of South Carolina and Georgia, and it goes all the way back into Jacksonville and all the way up to Raleigh. So that's pretty impressive. Winds, huge part of the system, extends the same areas, Savannah, Charleston, Columbia, Charlotte, Atlanta, Dothan, Tallahassee, Jacksonville. Not quite Orlando, but it's close. And then hail is much less of a threat. Still exists for Georgia and South Carolina, same areas. Overall, we're gonna have some scattered severe thunderstorms capable of producing wind damage, and a few tornadoes are expected Saturday across parts of the southeast states into the Carolinas. Basically, it's pretty likely we're going to see some severe weather. But I wanted to zoom into this one because I'll read it to you. Confidence is higher and isolated to widely scattered supercells across parts of South Carolina, mid and lowlands, and far southeast North Carolina, and then south of a sharp warm front. Mid-level drying is not expected to be as great across this area, with low inhibition apparent in forecast soundings about early afternoon. Given proximity to the surface warm front and the low level gets spreading over this area, low level will be maximized. Supercells producing damaging wind gusts and a few tornadoes will be possible through late afternoon. We got some big time thermodynamics in the atmosphere for the southeast tomorrow. But I wanted to know that with northward extend across North Carolina, overall thermodynamic environment will become less favorable. However, strong deep layer flow could still support some organized storm structures and isolated strong gusts into evening hours. This right here, that one sentence, hints that we could be seeing some thunderstorms tomorrow. Will they contain lightning? I do not know. We need to see how much energy we have in the atmosphere. I don't think we will have much at all, but we'll see. Depending how strong that deep layer flow boundary gets, that will determine if we see some strong thunderstorms. Because temperatures are not expected to get any higher than 45 tomorrow. So the temperature is automatic X. We don't have that ingredient. We don't have that buoyancy in place. It's going to be raining all day long. We know that. But, however, as this low pressure starts to rack off and gain some steam Saturday night, and starts to turn those shower heavier, maybe even stormier, we're going to have to see if that deep level convection is there, and maybe someone could get a thunderstorm. But we aren't concerned only about that. So let's get right into pivotal weather, because we got some concerning trends. Not the severe weather necessarily, but the wind. The wind is going to be howling over the next weekend. I mean, this weekend into Monday. Like, we're talking wind gusts up to 55 plus miles an hour. This is a big deal. Okay, so let's get right into it. We're going to ignore... Okay, yes. So the southeast does have a severe weather threat today. It is prominent, but we'll see how that shapes out. We're not going to be focusing on that too much. So we're going to go right into the mid-Atlantic right here. And we will see tomorrow strong to severe thunderstorms in Georgia, South Carolina. Yeah, these are some big-time thunderstorms. Saturday morning. And we're going to see that even more. And the rain doesn't get here until like 3 p.m. So you got a lot of time. Now we get these strong thunderstorms in the Carolinas. And we see some thunderstorms trying to develop here, but not quite. But we got this very warm layer right here that's going to produce some trouble in the south. However, in the north, you aren't completely ruled out, because once we get into, let's say, 5 p.m., you start to see some rain moving in. I mean, we do see some supercells across North Carolina, possibly. And we start to see this northern stream of energy really dominate. Snow north and west of New Jersey. Yeah, you can start with a couple wet snowflakes, like Saturday afternoon. It's going to be cold. 44. That's a little below average for this time of year. But that's quickly going to change. We see snow north and west. It might even be touching like far extreme northwestern portions of New Jersey. We're going to have to see. But we do see some very heavy rain forming out of this. And once this low pressure starts to rack some moisture out of the ocean and gain some steam, this becomes a really intense low pressure. We see some very heavy rain. There might even be some embedded thunderstorms in this due to how much strong, like, upper level thermodynamics we have. It's going to be crazy. Very heavy snow up north. Pretty expected. 996 once we get into 9 p.m. Yeah, 9 p.m. on Saturday. Very heavy rain. Thunderstorms possible. I mean, it's just a nasty Saturday evening. Nasty Saturday evening. 996 right around Philadelphia. We're going to see this low pressure go right into New Jersey. And this is where that wind is gonna be rocking. It's really gonna produce some extensive wind damage, I think. I mean, we get into 12 a.m. midnight on Sunday. Man, oh my goodness. If you see a 990 pressure over New Jersey, that's like about like what you get in the summertime. I remember like Hurricane Isaias. Oh man, it's the same thing that happened. It went over Western Jersey and it had the same low pressure. So you can like get an idea how strong this wind is gonna be on Sunday and Monday, especially Monday. Once we get into like early Sunday morning, 6 a.m., snow squalls will be entering from the northwest all the way down to New York City. You heard me. Rain, snow squalls will be entering through. Will be because of that northwest wind that will all of a sudden change that direction from the east, that this wind would pile some surf up on the beaches, to that northwest wind. This is why we could see some extensive wind damage, because that utterly shift from the east to the like northwest wind, that loosens up the trees, because the trees are usually used to one direction of the wind, but since it's so strong and it changes all of a sudden, there will be some big problems. Once we get into Sunday afternoon, snow squalls just to the west of us. We could see some snow streamers trying to survive into New Jersey. We're gonna have to see how cold it gets on Sunday, and we might be talking about the chance for maybe a couple wet snowflakes. Not out of the question. That's how cold it will get. I mean, look, he even survives once we get into 6 p.m. Sunday or like 4 p.m. Snow squalls could survive potentially. I mean, it's potential. I mean, look, we do see this little streamer right over central Jersey. We see a bunch of like snow squalls out to the west, and then it starts to finally die down. But we still see a couple streamers, couple sneaky streamers. I think there might be a snow shower somewhere in New Jersey on Sunday. So that's going to be very interesting to watch. But look at these very, very tight isobars. The wind is going to be cranking on Monday. They get even stronger. Look how tight they are. Like, look at this. Like, this is like, oh my God. It gets even stronger on Monday. And, this wind just becomes damaging at this point. Very crazy, like, tightness of these isobars. You usually see tightness of like this, but if you start to see something like that, you're gonna see frequent gusts of 45 to 55 miles an hour possible. I mean, this is just an insane storm. Oh my goodness. And then finally, the winds start to ease down on Tuesday afternoon. We're finally out of the system, but not for long, because next week is going to be so warm that we might have a severe weather threat actually exist in the Northeast, and we have to see, because it's going to be so darn warm of what I saw. We're going to have to see that, because that's a little concerning to me, but that's the general overview. Very strong winds, I will tell you. Very, very strong winds after the system on Saturday night. Like, these winds start to become strong, gusty, potentially damaging. I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna definitely have to watch it. It's definitely something that we have to keep an eye on. According to the Euro, let's check this model out. Same input, strong to severe thunderstorms down in the south, some supercellular thunderstorms, and we start to see a lot of heavy rain start to form on the northern stream of energy. Southern storms weaken a little bit, and we get this low pressure right off like the Virginia coastline. 997, very heavy snow up north, and we start to see that heavy rain materialize in New Jersey. Once we get into like 12 a.m., same idea. Very strong low pressure, very heavy rain. Could even see some thunderstorms. And then things absolutely change. The southwesterly wind or easterly wind changes to that brutal northwesterly wind. That's going to produce that damaging wind. And oh my goodness, man. We start to see that lake effect snow machine kick on for the Northeast. It's not as powerful with these snow squalls. It doesn't survive quite into New Jersey. But you get the idea. It's really strong. And then once we get into Monday afternoon, look at these isobars. They are just, whoo, these are tight. These are really tight. Some wind damage will be likely from these, from what I'm seeing. And once we get into like Tuesday morning, these winds finally start to calm down, and then they start to drastically calm down on Wednesday. And not before long, we're gonna see another front move through, possibly even on when is this, Friday? Yeah, we're gonna see another front, and this could even have some thunderstorms. I mean, we could be seeing our first like real strong thunderstorms, like thunder. Emphasize thunder, because we did not see thunderstorms. We saw a straight line damaging wind threat like last time. But this time, we're going to have to watch, because it's going to be very warm over the whole entire, like, U.S. for the next, like, week or two. And this might put us at 70 degrees next week. This might put us in 70 degrees next week. I'm not kidding. I'm literally not kidding. Okay, so that's my spiel about the models. Just get ready for like the weekend storm, and Monday especially. These winds are gonna be cranking each and every day. It's gonna get stronger and stronger. These winds are gonna be howling enough on Saturday night, but Monday, oh boy. So that's the spiel about the models. Okay. So why are we looking at this? Well, we could take a look at the dew points. I mean, it's not like quite significant. Well, we do get dew point up until like the mid 50s tomorrow. So this tells me an idea that thunderstorms are possible throughout the whole entire evening on Saturday evening tomorrow. Yeah, this definitely tells me there could be some thunderstorms. But we're gonna watch next week, because these dew points surge. Wait. Where is that from? I wanted to show you. Not that. Oh, right here. Look how much green there is. It's engulfing the whole entire eastern U.S. And then watch this. We get into Friday, like, afternoon. Oh my god. You see this happening out west? Yeah, you see that? I would be a little concerned, you know? And then once we get into Saturday, oh boy. And this is screaming bad. If we start to see 62, 63 dew points reach all the way into New Jersey, the lights go off, the sirens go off in my head. Now, typically, we see our first severe weather type of stuff right before April. And this is on the 17th of March. It is reasonable. It's early. But, I mean, my goodness, man. These dew points get ugly. They get ugly on Saturday, the 16th. It maxes out at 63. And this is a real catalyst for severe weather. Real problem. Bad news. So, oh my goodness, man. I mean, it's not looking good at all. No, not by any means. And we take a look even at the GFS. And the GFS could go crazy with this sometime. But we looked at the trusted euro. And I mean, look at the GFS. It's the same it's the same exact thing. Look at these dew points, man. 55, but it's not as strong. I'll tell you that. But oh my goodness, man, these dew points are gonna be high next week. And this is gonna be a problem. Like, really. Yeah, the peak dew point, I think, it's like, wait. It's yeah, it's like close to 60, but you get the idea. This air is gonna be so warm and dense and humid and hot. Like, we saw 70 degrees for next week. Bam, that's already a potential for severe weather. And other weather people will be watching this. I bet they're already mentioning it about next week, that there could be an outbreak of severe weather. And honestly, I would be supporting that right now. There's dew points up into the 60s. There's so much warmth and humidity. There's thunderstorms forecasted for that cold front. And even more ingredients. So, yeah, this is something we really need to watch. Okay? The last thing I want to look at for this video, I just want to show you the temperatures. Holy cow. I mean, yeah, you see that? We start off at like 62, 12 p.m. on like Friday the 15th. And look at this. We get to 71 on like 4 p.m. on Friday. Oh my goodness. We see 75 in southern Jersey. This is bad. And I'm really saying this is very abnormally weird to see 75 degrees in southern Jersey on a March day. Now this, we gotta watch. And it gets even hotter. We get almost up to 80, like a little bit down south into Delaware. And then after that front, it gets cold. I mean, it doesn't get cold entirely, but it definitely gets a lot cooler. And then we see this front, like, dissipate. Now, the Euro, on the other hand, same idea. Very warm temperatures. I am just shocked. It's not as hot, but, I mean, you see 62. You see, like, almost up to 70. Like, this is bad news. Okay. That's my spiel for today about this weather video. I will probably do one in the evening also. I think I will do an emergency short for this weekend storm into Monday. Both Saturday and Sunday and Monday. We're gonna do an emergency update for next week's storm that 70 degrees. Oh boy. We're gonna have to see how it all pans out. Don't panic for now, but just prepare for that Monday storm, and we'll see what happens with that Thursday storm, or like next week, like end of next week. Hope you guys have a great day and stay safe out there. Have a great rest of your weekend.